Your neediness, listen to me very carefully, your neediness repels them. You understand? Why do they pull away? Why do they pull away? Because you pull too close. Why do they pull away? Because you're doing too much. Why do they pull away? Because you're doing too much. Less is more. Let them chase you. Once a man realizes that they can have you, it's easy. They don't have to chase no more. You're predictable. They don't want you no more. You're conquered. Don't let them get you conquered. The reason they pull away is because you're too available. You're too eager. They know that women are supposed to be chased and you won't even let them chase you. You understand? You're looking for a phone call, text, good morning text, all this stuff after 2 dates. You're looking for constant gratification, constant validation after this man just took you to eat sometimes. Y'all got to chill. That's why y'all need a roster. This is why I teach y'all that y'all need rosters. If you're a clingy woman, you definitely 100% need a roster, okay? You definitely 100% need you a roster if you're that clingy. You said a man likes a little rejection. Exactly, bro. Y'all giving him too much energy, too much time, and too much availability.
Stop. Stop. See, that's why I'm recording. Because the cops ain't gonna believe this shit.
Good thing that they have churches in most hospitals, because not only does she need to be form 10, locked away, I'm talking grippy socks and padded cells, but she also needs an exorcism. Men 1000% should just start walking around with body cams on them 24/7, because 1000% she would have tried to blame that on him. I have 2 children. I have one that's almost 9 and I have one that just turned 4, and neither of them have ever thrown a tantrum that ridiculous. All in unison, at the count of 3, I want you to guess why she's throwing that tantrum. 1, 2, 3. Wow, you all got it right. Yes, she was caught cheating. I got it. I mean, it's just proof, right? Women can be vomiting, crying, throwing up all over themselves, flailing, and that will still be lying. Thank you.
If you want to sabotage your own relationship, tell him these things. There are some things to never tell a man. In my 37 years, I'm telling you, anytime I've ever brought any of these things up, destruction. Number 1, how much money you make. None of his business. Absolutely none of his business. He will resent you if you make more than him. Number 2, any traumas of past relationships. He will use this against you. This is a tool that they use. You were treated like a queen, nothing less. Number 3, that you bought anything for yourself. This is wild, but never tell a man that you bought something for yourself. It's always a gift. Number 4, never offer to pay for anything when you're with him. Not a dinner, not a breath of air, not a blink. I don't give a shit. If he likes you, he'll pay for it. If he doesn't, next. Number 5, never tell a man that you like to work. A lot of you guys don't get this one. You come in with that pick-me shit. You're like, I love my job. I love going to work every day. No, the you don't. I don't care if this is the best job, most money you've ever made. None of that man's business. He does not need to know that you love work. Men that like women who work are there to use you and not in their masculine. Next. Don't say mommy didn't tell you so. I love you.
Lately, the smell of tuna has been following me everywhere, and I don't know where it's coming from. I sit down. Someone asks, does it smell like tuna to you? Like, does it smell like tuna? And I'm like, yeah, I've been smelling it for the past week.
Yeah, girly pop. I mean, do you happen to smell it, especially when you maybe, I don't know, like, you know, open your legs a little bit, or you get a little fishy smell? Yeah, I would suggest a shower, maybe take a hour-long bath in bleach. I think that could help get the bacteria out of there. But yeah, that is, and it sounds disgusting.
You know, honestly, I ain't against a lot of these modern women, you know, getting out there, getting the bag, doing their thing, building a career. Fantastic. But the fact that y'all have allowed feminism, this nonsense, to take over your brain, to think that you're better than a man, that you can outdo a man, outmatch a man, outpace a man in everything is crazy work. It's crazy work. is crazy work. You can call somebody right now to fix this. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Sorry. You're going to call a man. You're going to call a man because he's naturally better at it than you. He's more gifted than you. So this type of stuff of, oh, well, I'm just better and I'm, you know, they say equality, but like I said, really what they mean is superiority. I'm better than you. Because y'all have some stupid agenda that you listen to that's got you out here acting silly.
Little trick. Men are visual creatures, right? We all know that by now. So this is not for the first date, or it might work, first date, second date. This is for maybe fourth, fifth date. Say he's bringing you around his friends. Say he's bringing you to an event. Say you guys are in a situation where you are going to be around other people, mingling and stuff like that. Some women get so nervous and they get socially anxious and they won't talk to anybody unless they're introduced to them. I need you to fight through that feeling of insecurity and do what you need to do to be the light of that room. Introduce yourself to strangers. Talk to people. He will be observing you. And men fall in love through observation. They fall in love when they see you talking to the waiter. They fall in love when they see you being so sweet to somebody because, I don't know, you saw some toilet paper on the shoe and you're like, girl, let me get you. Right? They fall in love through observing your behavior without them being in the picture. And this is all psychology. Men fall in love through observation.
Don't tell them how your exes treated you if they didn't treat you well. Don't tell him your deepest insecurities. He's going to use them against you. Don't tell him how much money you make. Don't tell him how much money you have saved up. For all he knows, you're broke and you work 2 jobs. Don't tell him your actual intentions because at that point he has a playbook to go by. Don't tell him that you're falling for him first. Don't tell him that the connection is making you anxious. Don't tell him that you cancel plans for him. Actually, don't ever cancel plans for a man. Oh my God, please don't skip out on plans with your friends for a damn man. And don't ever tell a man that you don't care about money. If anything, when he's wondering why you and your previous connections didn't work out, tell him it's because they didn't spend enough money on you. Don't make your schedule so predictable for him, and please don't tell him about your trauma or your mental health struggles. And also, if anything, use those to your advantage when you need to crash out. For the love of God, please don't tell him your timeline on intimacy. You do that when you want to, if you want to, and if you never decide to, that's totally fine. You cannot be out here just telling them everything. That's like giving them the playbook, and you're going to get scammed, and I'm trying to teach y'all how to scam.
So Eduardo is getting a little about my man-hating ways. How do I convince him that he's supposed to be a man-hater too? He says, well, what if all I listened to was women-hating content, just content hating on women, like, oh, she's lazy, oh, she's awful. And I told him, well, that would be wrong. But why is it wrong for men to do it, but not wrong for women to do it? I can't explain it in good words, other than it's okay for the oppressed to hate the oppressor. Trying to get him to understand it's the patriarchy that we hate, but men represent the patriarchy. He's getting in the car. We'll finish this later.
Random? Okay.
Do men ever change?
What do you mean, do men ever change?
In a relationship with a woman,
right?
Will they change so that the relationship is better off?
You shouldn't worry about that. You worry about yourself. You don't like it, get out.
Get out.
Believe me, I'm much older than you. I've dated men around here.
Yeah.
You'll allow yourself to hurt. Walk away.
Walk away. Don't allow yourself to hurt.
Oh, God. Please not.
Yeah.
I've been through it, and I 2 times. And
okay.
I would never do it again. Needless to say, you got to learn.
Mm-hmm.
People don't walk away if they love you. They take it. They're by your side helping you.
And sometimes you have to be that person for yourself. Get out.
Not sometimes. All the time.
All the time.
Sorry to say this.
Yeah.
Because I've
you
been
have
through
to.
It, but, and I've learned. You have memories. It's very hard. And next year they'll be married to someone else. You wait and see.
Wow.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Wow.
They want you, they'll be right here walking with you, and you won't have to ask them that question.
Yep, you're right.
Okay, goodbye, honey.
Goodbye, my love. Bless you.
What men are running into is that they can really do everything right, but then when they do it right, you can still get trashed. You can still get roasted. You can go out here and try to commit to these women. A lot of guys will go out there and even simp for a woman. Oh man, I buy my lady this, man. I take my lady out over here, here, and here. And she's still not satisfied. Then just taking her on vacation and she's still not satisfied. You can literally wipe a woman. There's been people that wipe a woman's behind. Wipe her behind for her. And she still was trying to leave it. She's still not satisfied. That type of entitlement, that type of attitude is crazy work.
If you're feeling brave, ask your partner why they love you, and if the first things out of their mouths are things that you do for them, you're in trouble. If you ask a man what it is to be a wife and he starts listing chores and duties, you're in trouble. If you hear a man start complaining that women just want the top 20% of men, or men who are over 6 feet, 6'6", you're in trouble. You gotta run from these men because they're telling on themselves. They would be super angry if you thought a husband was a bank account. But it's only natural that he sees a wife as someone who cooks and cleans for him and raises his children. The same men that complain about women's preferences for the men that they date would never date you if they thought you were ugly or overweight. The same men that complain you would never date a broke man are men who would never date you if you were ugly. Stop letting men tell you what it is to be a good person, what it is to be a good woman, because to them, a good woman is a woman who is serving them to some capacity. And that's why so many men leave comments hating on women's looks whenever they say something they don't like in their videos, because if you're not going to further my purpose as a man and help me gain access to women, then the least you could do is be attractive to me. These men don't want women to have autonomy, because at the end of the day, that's what they're saying. They're saying, get rid of your standards. Lower your standards for me. Get rid of your hopes and dreams. Stay in the house, take care of me. Raise my children so that I can have the career that I want. I don't care what you want. What you want is bad unless it's what he wants to. Stay far away from these men or you're in trouble.
At this point, being a wife and a girlfriend is an embarrassment. Like, I just walked into Publix, crop top, leggings, and this man, older gentleman, probably in his, not even older, he's early 50s, maybe late 40s, and he's walking and his wife is visibly in his hand laughing and caressing him and cuddling him, and you could tell that his wife was so in love with him, and he's breaking neck at me walking into Publix. That's embarrassing and that's disrespectful. Like, your wife deserves better. She's trying to show love up on you and you're breaking neck for another girl. Disgusting.
So you gave up your husband who proposed to you in 6 months and married you, and you were building a life with him, but he was cheating with a married woman. So she had a husband too. They were seeing one another. The only way he found out about it was from a dirty Mackin or somebody in a co-worker who was probably just hating on him. Was it the man who told you?
Yes.
Of course, because he wanted to get in your ass.
Oh, gosh.
So you wrecked your own home.
So you think I should have stayed with him when he was cheating the entire time?
Hey, you ain't gonna like my show. Yeah? Because now what you got?
Well, hopefully to find someone who's loyal.
Nope.
You think all men cheat?
Yeah. Especially the more successful we are. Men don't cheat, we exercise options. Because was your husband an attractive man?
Yes.
Was he successful?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Where do you ladies get this from? It's not like you had a guy who was on fries at McDonald's. He wifed you. And he tried to keep it from you. But you let somebody else come to you and say, hey, guess what? Because this guy, the guy who told you, he wasn't a cousin or a brother, right?
No.
How'd you know him?
I used to work with him.
Right. Did he ever ask you out?
No.
Right. Did he ever show any interest in you when you used to work with him?
No, he was married.
Was he sexual?
No.
No. So a guy that you used to work with who can look in the mirror and see you're an attractive woman, he never asked you out, but then all of a sudden he comes playing on the white horse with the white hat, telling you, hey, by the way, your husband's cheating on you. Did you ask him?
I didn't ask him.
Then why is he telling you?
Because it was the right thing to do.
You got in mind, it's not the right thing to do. You wrecked your home based upon a punk beta male. You came in asking about a beta male, right? Mm-hmm. And what happened to you? You allowed a beta to run you away from your alpha. You were a wife. He was cheating with another married woman, but it ain't like he was being sloppy with it. You didn't find out about it. You didn't find the stuff. You had to be told.
You know, I really think we need to get to the bottom of this whole men lying about their heights epidemic. And like, I don't really understand why, because like half the time you guys are still tall. It just reminds me of this time that I matched with this man on this app and we had been talking for a while and he swore up and down that he was 6'4". Like, it was all about his profile. Like, it was 6'4" this, 6'4" that. And I'm 6'3". I've been 6'3" since I was 14. Nothing has changed. Like, that's just how tall I am. And so we met in person and he was 3 inches shorter than me. Like, he was still 6 foot. So like, he was still tall. So it didn't really make makes sense why he felt the need to lie. And so then, you know, I just never spoke to him again. And then a couple months later, I came across his profile and I decided I was going to match with him again, just for fun, to call him out on it. And so I messaged him and I was like, insert name here, please stop lying to these girls. We both know that you're not actually 6'4". And he like got super defensive and was like, no, I'm 6'4". One of us is lying and it's not me. And I was like, yeah, buddy, and the sky's green. Like, come on.
You know, what's interesting to me is how everybody wants to talk about what men need to do better. And, you know, fine, men can always improve. Not saying that men are perfect, but my thing is accountability should be going both ways. So what are women doing better? What are you bringing to the table? Now, like, what modern women like to do is they like to stay stagnant. And so, well, I did X, Y, and Z. Well, yeah, I mean, that was 5 years ago. Y'all complain and y'all holler and scream about a man not growing with you, but you want to stay the same. Oh, I just elevated and I went to the next level. He never did. But what happens when you don't move and the man is moving? What happens then? Be accountable for sitting up there and doing nothing. What do you bring to the table that you weren't doing? How have you grown versus what you were doing in the past 5 years? A lot of modern women will say, well, I got more feminine by, resting more. And it will be about them. It won't necessarily be about the relationship. It'll be how they figured out ways to pamper themselves more on a man's. But you really didn't do anything.
Men, this is why professional women stop respecting you. I have to make this video to talk about something that men need to understand. If a woman is coaching you, helping you, or providing a professional service, that is all professional access, not personal interest. Paying for a call, advice, mentorship, even cleaning or whatever professional service it is, doesn't mean you've earned emotional or romantic access to her. And this is where a lot of men destroy respect without even realizing it. You cross a boundary. You turn professional spaces into personal ones. You suggest meeting. You hint at dating. You try to move the interaction outside of what was already established. And instead of looking confident, it immediately feels unsafe. And women that are wounded don't know how to handle those situations safely. Real masculine energy understands boundaries, and a grounded man respects the container he's in. Because attraction grows from respect, not entitlement. The fastest way to lose a woman's respect is assuming access that was never offered. Confidence approaches clearly, but entitlement crosses boundaries. A high-value man doesn't blur lines. He honors them.
Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in. He won't look at anyone. Literally no one is approachable anymore. No one looks at each other. Everyone's heads down, and no one's smiling or just seems happy. Literally no one's socializing. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street that does not want to be bothered and ask him if he is single? I feel like I give off the most approachable vibes. I'm always smiling, looking pleasant, not looking at my phone. I don't wear my headphones. Literally never once. I've never been approached. Get this. I was talking to a guy I matched with on Cuffed. We were talking on the phone, had the best conversation ever. Ghost me. He literally ghosted me. Just now, if you have a really good phone call with a guy you matched with on a dating app like Raya, Cuffed, Tinder, or whatever, I guess you just ghost them immediately. It's funny though, on the phone when we were talking, I asked him if he ever approaches a girl at a bar or in the street, and he was like, no, God, no. So I guess maybe that was just a red flag. That men forget that they literally have the power in the situation. So that's why everyone's single.
Men be thinking they so slick doing behind your back. But if I'm not mistaken, don't they have a back too? Nigga, don't you turn around.
Things men have done that have given me the ick. Number 1, on the third day of us hanging out, he said that I can be nicer by buying him breakfast, by asking him if he's eaten. Why the would I do that? That's literally not my job. Number 2, he tried to ask me how much money I make by very slyly talking about how much CEOs make, where he's from, and comparing it to me. So he said, I wouldn't be surprised if you made like 500k USD, you know, just how much like CEOs make. And I was like, okay, like why the would I clarify it for you? Number 3, he would call himself good looking a lot. I don't understand why men haven't cracked the code. If you know you're good looking, keep quiet, shut it. Because the minute you accept it, you become ugly. Like that's the rule. If you know you're good looking, shut the up. We will notice it. I forgot what number we are at, but when men talk about their business plans, because you know this business will never get off the ground. Like you and I both know it. But men who talk extensively about their plans, what they're going to do in the next 5 years, and it's all talk. Like you don't see anything within 3 months, then you'll never see anything. I promise you that. Next one, he couldn't balance on a boat. Like he was literally waddling. It gave me the biggest ick of my life because don't you play sports? Do you not know how to balance? Okay, lastly, he stood on the outside part of the road, outside part of the sidewalk when they try to do this protective thing, but he got scared. But he got scared every time a car passed by. Like, yeah, that was funny, but I pretended like I didn't notice, to save him from the embarrassment, but it was a little bit funny.
Back in August, I broke up with this man because I really didn't like how his presence was feeling in my body. Like I really, really, really liked him, but also I was constantly ruminating. I was constantly spiraling. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. And I think a different version of me would be like, love, you're in love. That's what love feels like. Which I feel like is so naive now. And even if that is what love feels like, I don't want to feel that way. I would rather feel calm. Because I think that ultimately, like, what my body was telling me, the signal that it was sending me, was that I felt unsafe. Those are all symptoms of feeling unsafe. Anyway, now I'm dating another guy, and I also really, really, really like him, and yet I feel calm. His presence, I would even go so far as to say, is healing for me. There have been multiple instances where we're on a date and my body is like breaking down in some way. Like I have food poisoning or I've had too much caffeine and I'm having a freaking panic attack. I don't know why that's happening. Honestly, my body's really sensitive. So anyway, we've been in these moments together and he makes me feel more calm. He makes me feel better. He makes me feel more supported. And I think it's really important when we're dating to really evaluate not only how does someone feel in our brain and in our heart, but how does that person feel in our body. And I know some of you guys have your mind in the freaking gutter and you're gonna misconstrue. I don't mean like that.
Guys, don't lower your standards to be with somebody that you feel is above your league. What I see happen a lot is that people will start working on themselves. They'll set standards, they'll set boundaries. They'll be like, I'm not tolerating this piddly stuff that I once did in the past. All of a sudden, some beautiful person comes into their life. I don't know, are they gorgeous? Do they have money? Do they have qualities that you so desire? Whatever. They'll walk into their life and start giving them a tiny bit of attention, tiny little breadcrumbs. All of a sudden, those standards and boundaries fall to the wayside. The problem is that when these people are giving you tiny bits of attention and you get so excited to accept it, you're actually teaching these individuals what you will accept and how you feel about yourself. The second and hardest truth to this is that this person is probably used to giving breadcrumbs of attention to multiple people and them accepting it. So if you really want to solidify your self-worth and not do this because you want to get them back, just do it because this is what you owe to yourself because you know you're worthy of it. Stick to your standards and all the hard work that you've put in. Show it now. Show it within this circumstance that you have really worked on yourself and you're not willing to dip back into the old version of who you once were.
Dating when you're fat sucks.
It sure does. You know what else sucks? Dating someone fat. That's why this girl is smoking and presumably drinking. She's like, what am I doing with this guy? And that's why your bad date, the viral shortest first date ever that left you mortified, was mostly your fault. Because if you look like this on Bumble, but you look like this in real life, you're gonna get a few short dates, and you shouldn't be surprised. This is Maggie Smith. She just blew up on TikTok, that's a lot of likes, for a sad story about a short date. Apparently, he met her at a restaurant, walked her outside and said, I'm just not feeling it. And now Maggie wants to open a conversation about how to treat others even if they're not your physical type. But it's Maggie who needs to learn how to treat others, and I'm going to explain why using the All Quadrants All Levels consciousness map by Ken Wilber, who hopefully has a great sense of humor, since his life's work in consciousness and spirituality is becoming increasingly associated with a YouTuber named Homath. That's a lot of likes. Spirituality is becoming increasingly associated with a YouTuber named Homath. That's a lot of likes. Here he is having a sense of humor, and here he is all jacked and swole like me. Great minds think alike. And what he created was a mind map to help you place blame more accurately, or for personal growth or to save the world or whatever. I use it to complain about dating with extreme precision. So I'm going to show you how to think more clearly using the quadrants as a part of the map. But first, if you want more precision in your cognition, you should sign up for Shortform, the sponsor of this video. We all want to learn more things faster, but there are too many things. That's why Shortform offers the highest quality book summaries on the market. Look at this book I found in my Airbnb. It's 200 pages about Rhodesia during the 1960s. You can't read everything. Back to the map. So AQAL stands for All Quadrant, All Level. I already made a video about the levels, more are coming. Today I'm going to use the quadrants to show you how to figure out what's going on. I'm going to show you what Maggie and her date were probably thinking, what they did, what they knew about the situation going in, and how the whole thing works. My map of Maggie's date looks like this. Don't worry, I will explain step by step, and I will finish coloring. In my last video on maturity, I drew the quadrants like this. It's pretty simple. This is you, this is your mind, this is all the minds around you, the mass mind or your culture. This is your behavior, and this is the system or society you live in that your behavior interacts with. So this is you, and this is what you interact with, and this is mental, and this is physical. On this chart, I've got two people, so I arranged it like this. There's Maggie's mind and her date's mind, both connected to the culture they exist in, and then there's Maggie's actions and her date's actions connected to the society or system that they both exist in. So first, here's Maggie's viral video along with my translation. And before I get started with all this, I just want to be clear. I'm not making fun of Maggie for being overweight. I'm making fun of her for concealing it and then acting surprised that her date did not like that. Negotiating a relationship means choosing someone who likes what you have to offer, which means you have to let them know what it is.
You need to go find a job, maybe get a second job, get a third job, so you won't be feeling a certain type of way about a stupid post.
Look, I ain't that broke. I ain't that broke. I don't need 3 jobs.
I mean, you gotta be broke if you're on social media worrying about what I'm posting, something silly.
You
like
was
that.
wrong for that. You tripping.
How was I wrong for that?
We supposed to be connected. We supposed to be together. Why would you post that bullshit?
We are together, but in a minute we're not gonna be together.
Probably not, because you talking crazy.
You don't have enough money to man up. That's what
well, I don't got no money to man up. You hear this?
You don't.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
It's not that serious.
I got a good heart. That's all that matters. I got a good heart.
A good heart don't pay bills. You wanna have kids? What a good heart gonna do?
Well, you know what? I do want a man that loves me unconditionally and, you know, has a great heart and definitely is selfless and all of those things. But, sir, you do gotta have a job. Now, come on, you gotta have a job. I'm sorry, I'm not dating anybody that don't have a job. And I get, like I said, things happen and you can lose your job and stuff like that. But I'm not supporting laziness. I'm a support you hustling, trying to get another job. I'm not saying go out there and do stuff you have no business doing or whatever, but you should be making an effort in getting a job. And if you're not making an effort, of course, that's going to make a person veer off to think in other directions of what life could be like if they had a man with a job. So with that being said, I just think like she should just, you know, tell you about that. And I'm not saying she didn't tell you about it, but if she wants to feel like, you know, she feels this way, like move on. It's nothing bad about breaking up. Just because you're engaged with somebody, sometimes shit change. And before you get locked into some paperwork, go on about your way, because you have to be very observant of people. And when they show you who they are, you better believe that shit. So maybe he just really don't care about going to work and doing all of that. Every man don't want to go to work. Every man don't want to be a provider. It might sound shocking, but that's real.
A good heart ain't gonna buy no diapers. A good heart ain't gonna pay no mortgage.
You know what?
And a good heart ain't gonna pay for no wedding.
That's
it sure ain't. So
the wedding is off. The wedding is off.
It can be off. It can be off.
You go sleep.
Sounds like to me they don't want to be with each other anyway, and it sounds like they're fishing, like especially he's fishing for something, a reason to go off on her, and we don't know what's in their relationship. Maybe she made him feel very small, like this big, because I know when you're not providing, some women can make you feel this big, baby, and they can go in on you. And she's probably just, and then on her end, she's probably just tired and, depressed and, all of those things. So both of them is going through stuff, and they don't want to be with each other. Like, that's why I say, go your separate ways, boo. Like, don't come, and then don't ever come to my job charging me up about no goddamn social media. You wait till I get home. It is not that goddamn serious.
A lot of these modern women, their brain is everywhere. And so, you look at different things in society, Me Too, feminism, body positivity, a whole bunch of nonsense, love yourself, accept yourself, and all that, right? Fantastic. But what I'm noticing is that this only applies to women. That only applies to women. Love women, accept women, and all of their flaws. But men still got to be tall. Men still got to be tall. And still got to make six figures. They still have to have a six pack. They still got to be in the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week. Double standard. Basically, I want to be able to not do what I don't want to do. And then whenever you don't want to do something, you got to